Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin'. Sid from 3 Mississippi. How are you guys doing today? Um, Man, we got ended up getting some more rain today. I'm sitting out here on the front porch and it's drizzling. It's just drizzling away. Sun's starting to fade. Our days are getting longer though. I think it's like 5, yeah, it's like 5:30 right now. I know the time change is sneaking up on us soon. Sorry, Bunko has decided to invade my personal space, but we like that around here. He's a good boy. As soon as I came out, he came running up to me. He does not enjoy the rain. He doesn't like it. He doesn't mind this so much because he'll just hang out on the porch. But when it's really storming, he petitions really hard to come inside. He does not like thunderstorms, does not like lightning, does not like wind. He will try to open the front door. He will get up in the window in the kitchen and like just make himself look so pathetic. He will try to come in like he's funny. And Frankie's like, he wants to be an indoor cat. And I'm like, he really doesn't. He just really doesn't. He doesn't like the storms and he really just wants to be wherever I am. So, and you guys have even commented like when I'm walking around the farm doing stuff, he's like wherever I am. Like he just finds me and stays with me. Um, he is my little shadow. He's my little buddy. Um, he's he's one cool cat, man. What can I say? Um, but man, it wasn't like this morning. It was, I mean, it's been nice this week, but rainy off and on. But my plants are starting to go crazy. My hostas are really starting to take shape. I don't know if you can see behind me. Oh yeah, you can kind of right behind. Let's see if I move that. You see the hummingbird feeders right there on that stick? And then I've got another couple out there. I ordered a couple more because this one's got a leak on the bottom plate. Like the seal doesn't work. And the gasket is part of the seal and that's broken, but the part that actually threads is kind of jacked up. And they sell replacement pieces for the bottom tray, but they cost almost as much as an entire new setup. So, and it was giving me problems last year, and I would have to mess with it to get it just right. Well, now that it's been sitting, it's kind of just like deteriorated, I guess. Um, so, and it's a pretty like glass blown one, but I don't know. I may hold on to it for a little bit and see if I can't find a deal on a bottom piece, but maybe I can find a hummingbird feeder at the dollar store and rob the bottom piece of it, from one of those and do that. But because I'm not going to spend either like $15 for just the bottom piece, and that just seems a little. I mean, I can get a whole new feeder for that, so that just seems silly, in my opinion. But I have. I told you guys I fixed the chicken coop, and I had two girls that still managed to escape, but I figured out they were hopping over the fence, over the electric fence. So I clipped both of their wings just because I was like, there's nothing else I can do to like fortify the situation short of like putting them in a biodome at this point. And so since I've clipped their wings, they have not flown the coop again. So I think I fixed it. I did have one of my sneaky Jersey Giants. I was in there collecting eggs, and I literally had my hands full of eggs, and she ran in up the ramp. She saw me in the coop, saw that the door was open behind me, and I was like, no, no, no. And she bolted past me. I couldn't I had my hands full of eggs, and she got out into the yard, and I had to like deal with that. But I got her back in, and that's what they do. They're sneaky. So they've had that taste of freedom. So now they're like looking for it. Even though they have all this space to get out and roam and do what they want, in their big old run on their pasture, they still, the grass is greener on the other side of the electric fence. We're learning, so that's okay. And so I started this week a Facebook group for 3 Mississippi. I have the 3 Mississippi Facebook page that I like we'll post videos to and certain things too. Granted, I have not been as diligent about it probably in the last while. So I'm trying to be more diligent about that now. And then I this Facebook group is just to share your links, share ideas, ask questions. So and it's under 3 Mississippi, but it says, let's see, what did I put it under? I think farming, preparing, and other shenanigans, I believe is the name of the group. So, um, so you can look that up and find it on the Facebook, the book face, the face of book, if you will, if you want to join that conversation and have some fun online. I'm trying to get better about, I was doing really well for a while there with posting shorts and posting the videos on Facebook as well as YouTube, and kind of trying to grow that a little bit more. And then I kind of slacked off at the beginning of the year because I had that whole migraine thing. And because I wasn't sort of on top of that, Mike has been in charge of like uploading videos and doing like the thumbnails and the title and all that aspect of the YouTube. And I sort of handle the most of the filming, the editing, and I guess you could say more of the business side of it, answering the emails and handling that stuff, and any sponsorships that we get and things like that. So he kind of, I don't want to say he like, maybe he forgot. I don't know. He just sort of stopped uploading them to Facebook as well. So, and then we kind of got off schedule because he got really busy and sort of stopped, having time to do the uploads. So I have sort of taken over doing the parts that he was doing for YouTube now, with the uploading. And the thumbnail issue I'm having a problem with because he's the one that has the Photoshop on his computer and has more experience with that. So I'm struggling a little bit with the thumbnails. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more of a deep dive into finding a program that I can use to do that outside of my editing software. I've been doing it in my editing software. And like my sipping and spillins, it's really easy because I do it all from my phone and just upload it because I'm not editing it. I'm not doing anything. So those are super easy. I can do those from my phone. When you're doing it through the computer, your thumbnail has to be, what is it, under 2 MB or whatever it is. And for some reason, every picture that I do and some still images that I do occasionally will still be more than that, and then it won't see it as a thumbnail, and I have to and I can't. I know there's a way to convert it down. I am not good at that kind of stuff. So I know, bless y'all, you're probably going to try to tell me in the comments. It will fall on me like you're speaking Greek. I really have to do a deep dive on the interweb and read an article about it and find a program and do it that way, because otherwise it's not going to stick. So I will have to find something that will work. That I can make work, that I will feel comfortable using on a regular basis, that I can do. So I think that will have to be my mission. I thought I was going to have more time this week to do that, but a couple things popped up. I actually have to take my truck in for service tomorrow, and then we have our live this week, and then there's a funeral at the church this week that I'm helping with the lunch for the family, and so that kind of came up. So that's kind of changing my week a little bit. And then Friday, I have to take Tashka in to the vet for her next round of shots. So I think, and to get her on the books for, talk to them about getting her fixed. So I do think I'll have some time Thursday and Friday later in the day to get some things done. And then I still have to work on Sunday's video, but I do have Friday's video done already, which is very exciting. I'm ahead of schedule. I'm happy about that. And I have part of Sunday's video shot, but it needs more. It needs more. And I do have some things for it. I just have to shoot them. And so I gotta get that done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to come up with a remedy for the thumbnail thing. That is always, I feel like, the hardest part. You know, you can have a fabulous video. It can be funny. It can be educational. It can be great. It can be well edited. It can be all the things. But if your thumbnail is lacking, or even if it's a good thumbnail, but for whatever reason, it's not attention grabbing enough, you know, every thumbnail has to be this kind of almost caricature in a way for people to like click on it, which kind of I don't like. But that's what you have to do, because otherwise it doesn't play well. So, which is a bummer. It's a bummer. Because I feel like sometimes it doesn't represent the video well. You have to play the game. You got to play the YouTube game a little bit with those titles and the thumbnails. You know, it is definitely the you know, entice them to watch it. It's the, you know, not necessarily a bait and switch, but like a like, oh, you gotta see what we have over here, you know. Um, so, and trying to sometimes piece that in this genre can be tricky. It's like there's nothing, you know, yes, there's things that happen. Yes, there's surprises that happen. Yes, there's scary moments that happen. But sometimes I feel like it's when I do it, I feel like it's cheap to like make that what the whole video is then about when it's not. Like, give you an example. When I was working on the chicken coop, um, I was by myself on the ladder and I was struggling to hold this one piece of wood while I was juggling the drill at one point to get the screw on there, and I lost my balance while I was holding this a little bit, and the wood slipped off the lip of the siding and like tumbled back and like almost like grazed me, almost hit me good. Like it could have been bad, right? So I'm sure I could like freeze frame it and make it look like I almost died, and I could have a title of like, you know, you know, I almost landed in the ER or something like that, right? Um, but in reality, it was a 10-second thing that happened that doesn't really represent the whole video. You know what I mean? Because that's not really what the whole thing was about. But that's the game we have to play with YouTube, if that makes sense. So I may end up doing that, exactly that, with that video, to be honest. I don't like doing it, but I may have to just to get some people to click on it. And sometimes, you know, obviously your clickbaitier videos, your ones that are a little more dramatic with your headlines or your titles rather, and your thumbnails are the ones that people are curious about, and then they're drawn to, especially if they haven't seen your channel before, or maybe they haven't looked at it in a while, and it's been offered up. They're going to be like, oh, what's that, you know? Whereas if it's just me on a ladder using a drill and nothing exciting happened, they're going to be like, oh, whatever, it's just a chick on a ladder using a drill, who cares? Like, what's she doing? Who cares? You know, versus me almost dying. I guess I would click on the second one too. Whatever. So anyway, guys, that's really it. I didn't die, but if you see a video where it looks like I did, I survived. I'm sure it did contribute to my hip back situation, but I technically didn't officially tweak it until I opened the oven door. That's when I felt it pop. So you never know. Anyway, guys, make sure you come and say hello to us this evening. We will have our live on 3 Mississippi at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And be a good night of Frama Lynette. And I hope you are having a blessed day. And as always, safety is all.